In the last episode, we went out to look for a very cheap sticker or decal machine that you can find on many stores because we are on a quest to find out if you can really start a professional decal business from home with this machine because we have heard so many great things. However, we also found some bad reviews, but we wanted to test it ourselves. So what better way to test this machine with an actual real project? And it is not just some project. It's going to be a professional level required machine project. So we're gonna test it with this really cheap machine. So make sure you stick around and like this video if you like it, because it's going to be full of information for you if you want to start a decal business from home. However, you don't have to wait for us to tell you that if this is going to be the best machine for you, because it is not. The price speaks for itself because our grafted costs around $2,000 and this one costs barely $400. However, we're going to show you all the flaws and how we fix everything. So make sure you watch.
We're gonna start cutting the vinyl, the white vinyl. And for that, since we have a very heavy roll of vinyl, this is a 50 yard, and we're gonna use the tape application rollers with our CAMEO Pro. The good thing about this vinyl cutter, I really like the holder for the rolls that comes with it, but it doesn't really work for this size roll. That's one of the reasons why we're gonna use this. I'm gonna go ahead and align the vinyl. This is a brand new one, brand new roll, and make sure that the tip of the roll goes under the first roll, and then I'm going to align this.
And by the way, we're gonna use the Bluetooth to cut the design. I don't know if I will mention that.
No, I haven't mentioned that yet. Yeah, instead of using the cord, we're gonna just do the Bluetooth, and I'm gonna move this. I think this is like a support for the vinyl. I've seen people complaining about the vinyl shifting and moving with this vinyl cutter in particular, and it is because they don't place this where it should be placed. We're loading the vinyl, and this is a very, very important step, especially for the size that we'll be cutting today. I'm gonna make sure to align the vinyl, send a big quantity to the back, and just you come over here and show them like the vinyl is not moving that much. It moved just a tiny bit, but not really that much. And now another thing that you gotta make sure that the vinyl moves freely as it is cutting it. Here in the front you can see that there's a big amount of vinyl, and that's gonna let it roll free or unroll freely. And you wanna make sure that you have enough vinyl at the front. And then
you wanna loosen up a little bit more because sometimes these machines, they pull the vinyl and you don't want a lot of tension on when it's cutting. So
yeah, always
just to be certain.
Always make sure that there's someone keeping an eye on the vinyl cutter. And I'm gonna go ahead and start cutting the first layer. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and apply our width box and the lines. But the first thing I need to do, I'm gonna go ahead and rotate it and select this little icon, transform, and then the third 90 degrees. And now I'm gonna go ahead and select the rectangle tool and just make a huge rectangle, like something like that. And then I'm gonna go ahead and open the line tools, and I'm just gonna do a line like from here to here. And I'm gonna have to do that throughout the design to make sure that I have the width boxes, and this will make it a lot easier.
By the way, guys, if you're liking this video, make sure you hit the like and subscribe if you haven't done it yet. And also share it with your friends, of course.
As Luis mentioned, we're gonna be cutting through using the Bluetooth, and the blade depth is gonna be 3 since this is a brand new blade. And the cut force, we're gonna have it at 8. We did some tests yesterday and it was cutting through the paper a little bit. And the speed, you don't want to have it too high, but you don't want to have it too low. We're gonna keep it at 20 because we have a lot of like letters and details. And if you want to do a test, you can also do that, which we're not gonna do. Now I'm gonna go ahead and send it, and just keep an eye on our vinyl cutter.
Another reason why we choose this machine is because the software can be downloaded for free. Just go to silhouetteamerica.com/software and you can download it there.
And this is exactly the reason why you gotta make sure that you do align it, see? And it has to move freely. Otherwise, if the vinyl cutter detects some kind of tension, it will stop in the middle of the cut.
Sometimes it will not warn you like the grafted. I mean, for the price, I think this is really good. You just gotta be careful when cutting. You gotta, like we show you, not put too much pressure on the vinyl, loosen up a little bit so it doesn't have too much tension. And always pull some vinyl to the back. We're gonna be honest with you. We had some issues with the design. The first try, it cut just the, what they call the weeding boxes, but right now we sent the design and for some reason it did not cut the design or the letters. I don't know, Saul knows more about silhouette than me, but I don't know what the problem might be, but now it's cutting the letters.
Since we had an issue with the first cut that we tried, you can see that the image, the numbers are not the way they are supposed to be, and this was due to the way we were importing the file. So what I did, I messed with the settings a little bit, and then I forgot that we had to trace the numbers, the letters and all that for the project that we are working on right now. So what we did, we just cut the weeding boxes. That's what we did. But now we're cutting the numbers and the letters, and hopefully they will come out fine. It looks like it's doing it the way it's supposed to now, but I guess we'll figure it out once we get to, once we start weeding out. I know the machine can be a little slow if you're not used to this vinyl cutter, especially if you own a Graphtec like we do. You can definitely see the difference. The Cameo is a little bit slower, but in the meantime, we were working. We're just weeding this out while we wait for the other vinyl to be ready. So, I mean, it's not really recommended to leave the vinyl cutter alone. It's always recommended that you have someone watching, keeping an eye on it. The white color is ready. Now we need to cut it from the roll of vinyl, and I'm gonna bring it to the back, and I can see the big wood box that we added, and that's like a guidance to know exactly where to cut it from. And then we have the little blade on the back, and that's all you gotta do. And now we're ready.
Show to the camera how big it is. Yeah, that big.
Now that we're finished with the huge roll, it's time to use a smaller one. We're gonna use the 15-inch, but I'm gonna move the rollers to the sides. And now we're gonna use the one that comes with the vinyl cutter. And I gotta say that I really like the ones that come with this vinyl cutter, unlike the small one. Those are really hard to use. Now I'm gonna place this at the end. And we have, I guess this one here is for the cutting mat, kind of like a support to keep it at a certain angle. We never used our cutting mats, so I'm gonna put it on the side. I'm gonna throw it in the trash. No, I'm just kidding. No, we're gonna keep it just in case. And then we can readjust the size of the, whatever size roll you have. So that's what I'm about to do right now. I'm gonna place the 15-inch. And as you already know it, we gotta align it, since it's gonna measure about 50 inches long. We're gonna waste a little bit, not a big deal. And then another thing, you have to make sure that you move this holder, or I guess it's some kind of support for the roll, because if you leave it out, it has to, you gotta make sure that it's inside like the distance of the roll of vinyl, so the vinyl doesn't move.
This is why the Pro is really awesome, because you can use different size of rolls.
All right, so we're not gonna lie to you guys. We've been showing you like the process. It's been a challenge, and I'm sure there are gonna be some imperfections. I mean, not too bad. So far, so good. See, the wheat box is very close to the letters. That's the only thing that we were expecting. So far, like the letters, everything, like the whole design looks in good shape. This is another wheat box that we added. Although we own another Cameo cutter, but there are definitely a few differences. It's not exactly the same process. I mean, very similar, but a few things that you gotta get used to. All right, we're almost done with this white section, and I'm really pleased with the results. We still gotta learn a lot with this, especially the software and the way we export or import the images.
And these are all the stickers or decals that we're gonna use for our project. And guys, don't forget that if you like to extra support us, you can join our gold membership to use our decal calculators for pricing decals and the t-shirt calculator for pricing t-shirts. Just go to our website or just click on the join below where it says join, and choose the proper membership that you like. Once you join and you get the password, go to our website and you can log in there to access your membership and use the calculators. We appreciate your support.
I'm gonna start cleaning the surface. I'm gonna use Rapid Tag. I'm gonna cover it with that and just get rid of all the dust and dirt.
We're gonna try to do a dry application. It's glass, and as we always mention, if you don't have to, do not use Rapid because glass does not generate as much heat as metal does.
So this is the center point, the G and I. That's why we put it right here. And then now what we're gonna do, we're just gonna cut it in two, and then we're just gonna apply this side, and then we'll do the other side. So let's go ahead and start cutting. So this might not be the best angle, but we're gonna do our best.
We got a Rapid just in case. Hold it, because the sun is coming out and we're in short time. Because if you take too long, and as hot as it is, it's almost 80 degrees.
Yep, and sometimes
it's gonna wrinkle.
I think it's looking good so far.
Is it good? Okay.
Yeah, we're doing good, I think. Can you?
All right, it's starting to get some tension here, but I mean, so far looks good. It's not really necessary yet. If I feel like it's getting too much, then I'll go ahead and cut it, but right now it looks good. I know we told you guys to do side by side, but sometimes you have to do it this way.
It's just really the surface, the type of surface that you're dealing with. If it's completely flat, then you can do side to side.
Yeah.
We're trying to get the best angle for the camera. That's why sometimes we have a challenge. The purpose of switching to this method is because if you saw, we started on the other side. We started from the top, then we sent all the tension to the bottom. But this time we want to start from the center. We want to send the tension to the back and the bottom, and then to the top. Hopefully that'll make it easier. And of course, we're going to use our cutting knife to cut the backing paper. Start from the center. Especially we've noticed, like with the back windshield, it looks like it's completely flat, but you'll learn as you start applying a decal, you will see that it starts to curve a little bit. So always be careful when working on the back windshield, especially if you're just getting started. Now we can do the top. Okay, Luis is gonna cut it from there. That's why we hadn't removed the transfer. It makes it easier, and then we can just insert it. Like we are gonna open the door and then just.
What you want to do is remove it from the opposite side, so that way you don't start from this side where we cut through the center. We almost messed up a letter, so make sure you remove it slowly, even though it was applied dry.
We're gonna apply the next layer of vinyl. We're gonna use our registration marks.
Which we already exposed, by the way.
And yeah, we're gonna keep on doing a dry application.
I'm gonna do my side first.
Start with this side. You know, just to be safe, we actually cut it in 3 different sections. In the end, we decided to cut it in more sections. I think we are done. Now we can remove the transfer. I mean, we still gotta cut from here, but that's it.
Pretty much the same process.
We're finished. Now it's time to get rid of our registration marks, and I'm just gonna lift it from one side and just peel it off. No need to damage our surface.
And this is how everything turned out, and we charge around $760 for this project. And just imagine, we paid $372 for the machine. Now, is it worth it in our opinion to get the CAMEO Pro? Well, you judge. But for us and for the price, it is a definite yes. But you make your own research and do your own conclusions. Thank you guys. Hopefully you got some information before you purchase this machine. We'll see you guys again pretty soon.